Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to a new stream. Today I'm going to be ranking all of the campaign levels that have been added to the game. So, with World 5 being released and the story ended and now we're just gonna go to Pixelgun 2. We're just gonna rank all of the campaign levels in the entire game. Going to be ranking all of the campaign. Yeah, campaign deserved better. I strongly believe that campaign deserved better. So I will be ranking this. Hopefully my Wi-Fi is okay. And if not, then fuck it though. I'm just gonna start until someone's in the chat. What is that banging sound? It sounds so horrible in my end. Anyways, let's continue. So, we are officially ranking all of the campaign levels in the game, now that World 5 has been released. So we're going to start off with the farm map, the one map that started the entire story. So I'm going to be ranking based on gameplay, based on uniqueness, and based on soundtrack as well. And how good the story will progress throughout the game. So for the farm map, I'm just going to be honest and say that it's an okay start to the campaign. I strongly believe that, yeah, the farm map is an okay start to the campaign. Because, it's the first level, and what will you do? You're just gonna kill zombies and try to get out of there as quickly as possible. Is the VTuber model bothering anybody, or does anyone even like that I'm using it at all? Okay, so next up, we are going to do the cemetery. Cemetery, in terms of ambience, is like, it used to be as terrifying as it was. The mobs that they added in this, it's pretty good. I do wish that there was more mobs in here. I do like the new loading screen that they did. Like, it's just light, but just played Pixelgun again after a long time encounter a Trigger Botter on free play. I think I was using Dash is the last time I played 2. Yeah, I am not playing. I'm not playing this game, but I do plan to make some videos talking about it. Because, people that make videos on the game that don't play just go popular. So yeah, the cemetery is a good level. The boss fight is great, but I wish they didn't replace it with the ghost from the castle level, which really kills off all of the efforts that were put into this level. I just wish Pixelgun stopped updating the older levels whenever a new campaign world would get added or something, because we just want to see old pieces of history right in front of us right now. So next up, we're going to go to the city map. The City of the Dead. So this one, another great level. This is another good level. I love the introduction of the Creeper. The introduction of the Creeper, the Spitters, and, lots of new mobs. I can't really tell which of the new mobs that they have here. I do know that the bird is also added into this. That bird, I'm not entirely sure how that bird actually attacks you from underneath. Or maybe that bird just has really large beaks. The boss fight is just a, a reskin of the, the first boss. It's just a reskin, but yeah, it's something else. I'm something that I miss about the city map was when it was a lot larger. Because back after World 3 came out, yeah, after World 3 came out, they made the map smaller. I preferred when the map was bigger. Because now you just have to deal with like the small space. You could explore everything around the city. But yeah, let's just get to the hospital level. So the hospital level, I'm just gonna put it in. I'm just gonna put it in here. Nah, it's better than city. I'll give you that. Yeah, the hospital map is way better than the city. Not as good as cemetery in terms of horror, but yeah. I think the hospital map is a lot scarier than the city. Because, dude, actually, I think, hospital's scarier than cemetery. I'm just gonna change my mind here. Yeah, the hospital map. The hospital map right here. It's very scary. It actually has the ambience of an abandoned hospital or, like, something mental. There was lots of blood back then. Something that I miss about the old version was that it was gory. There were dead body bags too, covered in blood and everything. The boss, however, I prefer the giant block for the boss fight instead of a guy with a chainsaw, because Pixelgun could have made better bosses. Pixelgun could have made better bosses instead of reskinning, the same model. I just hate that they just reskin the same model, but yeah. And now for the bridge. I think the bridge is okay. The bridge is an okay level. I struggled a lot with this one. I struggled a lot to beat this one. When I was younger, like I was around 7 years old, 8 years old. Yeah, I was around 7 to 8 years old. I could not beat this level whatsoever. And that's a skill issue that I'm saying right now. It's very... It does remind me of Left 4 Dead 2, because of course that's what it's based on. The boss... The new boss in this is a lot more threatening than the Black Creeper. I know that's going to be taken out of context. That the Black Creeper. With a big jawline. But yeah, the one who throws rocks at you. It's a lot more scary and a lot threatening, which, I mean... It's not a complete reskin of an existing model, which I will give it that. But I think the prison map kind of surprises me here. So the prison map is a masterpiece. I think the prison level is a masterpiece. The atmosphere surrounding this prison, like, it's a very sad story. Because, some people... I know this is based on a real location. This is based on a real, actual location. And it's obvious that, they put a lot of effort into this level. The mobs, the prison mobs and everything. The boss fight, however, got changed. It used to be just a prisoner zombie chasing you really fast. But then in the new version... They completely changed it to a buff guy. A really buff guy who has electricity around it. And I think that boss is actually a lot scary than the previous one. Because if you don't know, I have a strong feeling that the boss of the prison map has electricity because they probably were killed from an electric chair and then probably came back to life. Yeah, I think that zombie was somebody who had a really unlucky fate. But whatever they did, was it worth it at all? No. And now we have Slender Forest. Best level ever. Best level in the entire game. Yeah, the Slender Forest is the best level in the entire campaign. Don't get me, like... Come on, dog. Like, we're already in World 1, and this is already, like, the best level of the campaign because it actually feels like a horror game more than any other campaign level that has ever existed. Slender Forest, I don't need to explain why it's the best level in the entire campaign. The mobs, the atmosphere, the tunnels, everything about this is very good, very flawless. Even the Slender boss, like the original Slender boss, was just it's just like a repeat of the model, except the hands are red, covered in blood. But I do like the new version of the boss. He can teleport. He has tentacles in his back, and he attacks fast and walks slowly. I just wish they kept that big tunnel that was all the way at the left side of the map. And Area 52. I think Area 52, I'm gonna leave it subpar with the hospital. Because it does feel like it's an abandoned area with aliens everywhere. Yeah, it's abandoned, no aliens found. But you actually do find aliens in there, which is... Oh, it's so terrifying. Everything about Area 52 is amazing. But I do like the new bosses. I do like the new boss for this level. I do like that they added a ranged alien with a weapon for, you know, so make sure that you don't attack it from close and you just shoot it with your sniper or something. But yeah, the boss fight's decent. The school. The school is... I think the school level... The school level... This school level, I think... Yeah, this school level is also an absolute masterpiece. And the reason why is it is actually scary. It actually has some Silent Hill storytelling in it without anybody knowing that this is actually a Silent Hill story. Everything about the level is great except for the boss. I don't know why they decided to rework the boss after World 3 came out. Because it's just a spider jockey. It's just a zombie on top of a spider shooting bows at you. I do like the mobs here. It's just zombified versions of some of the characters you see at Silent Hill. The boss fight was probably majestic. The boss fight was a bit majestic. And especially the death animation, where after you killed that thing, the shovel actually gets impaled. He actually gets impaled by the shovel once you kill that thing. But yeah, everything about Silent School was the best. I loved it. I love everything about the school level. It's probably one of the best levels in the entire game. And now we have Black World. I think this is where the story changes to, you know, an infection zombie apocalypse to just a fantasy type of thing. And, you know, I know some people are not fond of fantasy related things because, But yeah, I think Village is an okay level. The song makes me cry. I don't know why, but the song for Village makes me cry. Like, whenever I play this level, I have to try to keep a straight face, otherwise I'm crying and crying. Even when I was young, this song made me cry. The chicken boss was nice. Oh, this is almost every... There's nothing wrong with the level other than, you know, every time it was all updated to have You know, the flower that throws and spits at you. Everything is just flawless. And now we have this one. I'm just gonna put it right here. I don't think it's that interesting. Not that interesting of a level. It's just, you know, mummies and everything. Like, it doesn't feel that great. It's just an average level, like nothing too crazy, except for the boss. Like, the boss is great. I like how the boss has a unique hitbox that you have to touch in order to kill the thing. But yeah, everything about it's okay, nothing too bad. And we have Sky Islands. Anyways, yeah, Sky Islands is a really peaceful level. I really like the song. Kind of makes me cry sometimes. This level, by the way, has no collectible. This is the only level in the game that does not have pickups. For some reason. There is no health pickups, no armor pickups, and no ammo pickups. For some reason. I don't know why. But something that I do like about the level is that it shows one mob for the parallel world, which is kind of teasing you of what's to come after. And I like how, this level is just based on like original Minecraft. Like, it's a Minecraft themed level with the pigmen, everything. So Winter Wonderland, I think I'm just gonna put it right here, because it's just, ice things, pumpkin head things. It's just ice pumpkin headed things that, it's just an average level, nothing too crazy. But I do wish the boss, however, was changed. Because no way in hell is the boss for Winter Wonderland fitting. Like, you could release a snow golem or something. Like, make a snow golem boss, just like the desert one. And here we have Hell Castle. Hell Castle is a very interesting level. Hell Castle is a very interesting level, by the way. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna put it up here. Hell Castle is one of those levels that you get pissed off at and you rage quit. The Hell Castle map, bruh, interesting. The Hell Castle map had so many changes. Back when multiplayer was brand new to the game, Hell Castle had a different song. That was like, was it 23 seconds long? Yeah, Hell Castle had a 23-second long soundtrack when it was added around like update 3.0.2, I think. It was around update 3.0, where multiplayer was added, and Hell Castle being one of the first multiplayer maps to be added to the game. The boss fight for Hell Castle, I like the boss fight. Because, instead of just some guy walking towards you, like, it's not that interesting. It's just not that interesting to me. But yeah, I do like what they did reworking the boss. And what's really interesting is you used to go out of the map here. You just had to go up the wall. You just have to bypass the wall height. But yeah, they kind of changed it to where there's now an invisible ceiling that you can't get out of. And there was also a cross. There was also a guy crucified in this map. Which is, I like everything.
Shopping for your next car? What about a sunroof?
Don't do that. Stop scaring me, man. Stop scaring me. I just got scared by a Capital One ad. Wow, I just got jump scared by a Capital One ad. Isn't that amazing? Anyways, Parallel World, the finale to World 2. before the plot changed. And then now this is the plot where everything's cubicle. We were never this cubicle. The mobs are good, but in the comic they show that there was a creeper there was supposed to be a creeper in this level, but for some reason the developers forget to add the creeper into...
Shopping for your next car?
Shut up! Shut up! Stop giving me these pop-up ads. I don't want to look. I don't want to see it. Yeah, Parallel Road is gonna go right here. A good finale, a good boss fight, but you know, when you fight the dragon, I don't know why. But when the dragon damages you, it looks like he's trying to crack you. When it attacks you, I just don't understand why. The animation for the dragon attack is just the dragon trying to like crack you, or like cracking, pounding, and all of that. Like, bruh. I remember years ago, some of my friends were making like weird jokes about the dragon being gay for Pixelman. But you know, little to no evidence that Pixelman ever had a wife. He probably did, but I don't know. So the swamp map. At the bottom of it's okay because I like the new mobs that they added to this world. The new mobs are great. Yeah, it's not that bad. Even the spider boss is great. I don't have anything to say about the level. It's just a tiny version of the Foggy Swamp map from Deadly Games.
Shopping for your next car?
Shut up. Stop. What is going on? What is happening? What is happening with these weird ads of Capital One? Like, it's just not muting itself. Anyways, the castle map. Yeah, the castle map. The castle map is just gonna...
Shopping for your next car?
Stop! Stop! Just stop, please. Just stop. Just stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, please. Yeah, castle's great. I like the addition of, you know... I like that they modified some of the existing monsters. I like the new night mobs, and I like the mages. And I like the wizard boss. I wish we got to see more of the wizard boss in the story. Because that was the last time the wizard boss ever appeared in the game. No mention of him after they get into the portal. The wizard boss could have been a skin. Or something. But they decided not to do anything with him, which... He would have been, like, a great villain for some cases in the story, but... I'll explain that later on. Space Station. Space Station. Space Station. Space Station. Space Station. Space Station. Space Station's gonna go right here, like... It's just, you know, it's just a repeat of Area 52, but you're in space and the aliens have weapons and everything's ranged. Like, that's all there is to this. That's all there is. The boss fight's interesting too. It's like... I'm not entirely sure if the boss for the space station is the same boss from Area 52. It could be, but if it is, then maybe that boss is back for revenge. He probably figured out where we were and he just used his UFO. And now we have the Megalopolis map, aka Parkour City. Guess where I'm putting this? Guess where I am putting this map at? Guess where I am putting this map at? I hate this level so much. Trust me, I don't understand how the hell this level has some weird balancing issues.
Shopping for your next car?
Stop jump scaring me with these ads. Frick off, dude. Just stop. Just stop doing that. Okay, the reason why I think this level's bad is because the balancing is bad. Especially the Armageddon holder, the one holding the Armageddon. I don't know how the hell they decide to do that. How can they shoot a bullet literally seeing you from far away? That does not make any sense. If you ever actually like try to shoot a rocket towards somebody from a long distance, it's not gonna actually hit the person. It's gonna go somewhere else because the range and the crosshair is not gonna accurately match that angle that you're going to look at. So I don't know what Pixel Gun did, but I do like the mech boss. This level is just a bit like... This level was one of my biggest struggles. I could not beat that level whatsoever back when I was young. By the way, in 3 months, I have big announcements for the channel. I don't know if you guys care about that too much. And we have... Inside the Code! Inside the Code! Inside the Code! Anyways, yeah, we got Inside the Code. Inside the Code is a very interesting map. I like that this is just something that I hate about this map is that they changed the song to be Inside the Code instead of like the original one. The original song was better. It was more suspenseful. But now with like the song that they replaced for like Inside the Code, it just feels like you're in it. It just feels like typical video game vibe instead of suspense and fear that the world's in danger and you have to save it before it's too late. Like, I miss the old song for this level. The suspense that it had back then. The bug boss was actually pretty interesting. The mobs are just reskins with like neon colors everywhere. The bug boss was interesting because I like how it's like an XXL version of like one of the existing zombies, but it can teleport and it can attack too. And here we have World 4. We have 10 more levels left. Campaign deserved so much better. We could have gotten World 6 if they actually released World 5 a long time ago without messing up the story. Yeah, the spaceship. I think this is probably when the levels in the campaign start to go dog shit. Yeah, the levels around here might actually some of these levels might actually end up in dog shit.
Shopping for your next car?
Fuck off. Spaceship is a interesting start. But this is a level where you have to act fast. And World 4 is the hardest world in the entire campaign. Especially with the release of World 5. I expected World 5 to be challenging, but no, it ain't. It is not challenging. It's just not. The spider mines detonate. Something I do not like about World 4 is how they just reuse existing mobs, remodel them, and instead of adding new ones. Like they only added a few new mobs in this, which I do like. But World 4 deserved so much better in terms of mobs, especially World 5. World 5 adds nothing. No new mobs at all. Okay, so yeah, Cubata 2. Cubata 2. It's gonna be here. I strongly believe Cubata 2 is probably a good level because, it adds new monsters. It adds new things, new models, new creatures. Like, all of them are good. I like the catapult things. I like the exploding spider. But, you know, the exploding spider is just like... I mean, you know, it's a reskin, but it explodes this time. The boss is somehow interesting. It's the same. It's just the reskin of the barbarian, but it's demon, and if it throws an axe at you, it actually heals itself by damaging you, which I find really interesting. Which means you have to dodge those axes that he throws at you. So that's kind of why I put it at, in the middle of it's good, because I think the level is good. And now we have Teleportal. Teleportal is going in... Is Teleportal a good level? We're gonna find out now. It's another bad level. I'm gonna be very honest. What I do like about the Teleportal level is that it brings back Science Lab, but makes it tinier, which I feel like, bruh, I don't think it deserved or needed to be made smaller. They could have just kept everything in place. But except, like, I don't understand the meaning of why they decided to copy Portal 1 or 2. But yeah, the mobs are not interesting. The only mob that I think is the best, I do like the new shooting mob. They only added one new mob into this. I don't think the anti-gravity blaster shooting mobs are count as new things, because they just reuse the alien. They just reuse the same model for the alien with the weapon, but instead of that one alien pistol, they use the anti-gravity blaster. I don't think it's a completely original model. It's just a reskin. The boss fight is very interesting, though. I do like the boss fight. Oh yeah, another thing. Don't forget about the Guardian. Yeah, I mean, the addition of Guardian, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just the Guardian from the Clan Wars. Guardian from the Gadget. But instead of shoot, I expect the Guardian to shoot lasers, but instead it's just a detonator mob. I expected something better from it. The Cake Boss, get it, Cake Boss. Yeah, there actually is a show called Cake Boss, and I think Cake Boss is a pretty interesting show. But yeah, the boss fight, Cake, it's interesting, but you know, the projectile is red. It's all red. It's all red, but yeah. Okay, guys, we have the jump box. Can you guys guess where jump box is going to be? Where is jump box going to be? Can you guys tell me where jump box is going? Jump box. Where is jump box going? I'm sorry to say this, but jump box is actual dog shit. Jump box is actual dog shit. And I think all of you can agree with me on this. I don't have anything to say about it. It's just the most copy and pasted level in the entire game. They really did not try, bro. They did not try with this level at all. They just copied it, changed the camera to first person, and then added the mobs from the Scary Pizzeria and called it a day. That's just stupid. I hate this level so much. And, you know, to this day, there's some kids who haven't even gotten past this. This is why everybody hated World 4, because of this level. And I'm pretty sure all of you can agree that this level is forbidden to be talked about. Why did the developers add jump box to this game? I get they're trying to expand to different gameplay for the campaign, but this is not helpful. Not the best. They could have done better with, if they wanted to do something parkour, they should create something new instead of just reusing the parkour challenge in the first person with the mobs from Scary Pizzeria. Citadel. I think Citadel's a good level. I'm just gonna think Citadel's a good level because, you know, it's a little bit like the Megalopolis, but it does everything better. The Citadel level mogs Megalopolis. It fixes some of the problems that it once had. And you know why it fixes all those problems? Because, you know, I like the idea of a clone, the idea of clones. I do like the idea of clones, actually. The boss fight is the best. The boss fight is pretty interesting. You can easily beat the boss fight. You can actually, if you look down, you can avoid getting shot. They still haven't fixed that, by the way. They still have not fixed that at all. And you know what's interesting? After World 5 just came out, they actually changed the skybox for the level. As well as they also changed the building to the broken one from Exodus. You know, the skybox got changed. So, like, instead of it being green, it's just dark. Like, there's nothing, and it's all purple, and it has, like, some RGB effect to it. Yeah, it just has an RGB effect. Cubic. Yeah, Cubic is interesting. Something that pisses me off is they added only one mob. Okay. This might convince everybody to... This might convince everyone to... Yeah, the boss fight. Cubic has a good boss fight. I like that they added a new mob to it. They added like a mob. They added this mech thing with like saw hands. I do like it. But what makes me mad is that they didn't bother adding anything new. They could have added tiny Rubik's Cube as mobs in this level. This level just feels like, you know, it's the same as Parallel World and Inside the Code. The boss fight is interesting. They also changed the skybox for this one as well. Okay. Loop Break. I think Loop Break is a masterpiece. Loop Break should have been what Jump Box could have been. I prefer this level over Jump Box. This should have been Jump Box. This should have been Jump Box to begin with. I don't know why it took them 7 years to come up with a solution to this problem. I do like that the level starts by, just defeating Cubic, and then you just go to that portal that, appeared for some reason. Like, I like the parkour section. I hate that the songs are AI generated, dude. I hate that these songs are AI generated. I can easily tell that it probably took them 3 months to make the Campaign World 5. It took them like 3 months to make this. I'll explain why, because first off, if Campaign World 5 was in development for a long time, they would have not used AI songs. And the world would have been a lot longer. Dude, I might have to fart, bro. Okay. So, the back rooms. I think, yeah. The back rooms. I think back rooms is interesting. Back rooms is interesting because you don't actually have to kill mobs this time. You have to do something else, and that means you have to find glowing red symbols. And once you activate them, a portal will open, and that's just the level. I think that's... The reason why I think it's a good level is because it's different compared to, like, all the other levels. Like, it's not just killing everything. It's not just killing mobs and then leaving, but, like, you actually have to get out of the back rooms in some way, shape, or form. And now we have the debug world. Yeah, debug world goes here. I think, I know a lot of people are saying that debug world is a copy of debug TMP game mode. I'm just gonna say this. Debug world is not a direct copy of debug TMP. And you know why? Because in debug TMP... Wait, let me search it up. Wait. I'm just gonna search it up. Because some of you guys are a bit lost. Do you not know what this is? You guys don't know what debug TMP even does. What even is this about? And why am I watching these stupid ads again? Yeah, like you kill 20 mobs. You kill 20 mobs to fill up this tank thing. Okay, so this is how the whole game mode works. In this game mode, you just have to kill mobs like 20 at a time and then come back to build a machine with it. And oh yeah, there's also yeah, this boss here. Yeah, there's also a boss you can defeat, but like, how is it a copy? How is debug world a copy? Like, dude, it's just you building a machine to like debug everything. But like in World 5, you build turrets. Like, where in this game mode do you actually build turrets and a shield? Like, it's just PvP. Like, there's nothing that it's copying. You guys notice that the fountain, the van was not there. Yeah, the van's not in this one. Not even that thing in the tower. You guys notice the fountain here? It's Daisy and the creator with the van, and they're hypnotized and trying to build a portal, right? But you know, like, Debug Road is different compared to this game mode. Because you actually have to kill mobs to build 4 turrets and 1 shield. And you had to wait for Eddie Mesmer to appear in that. And then once he appears, you actually defeat him. And anyways, we're just gonna get to the final level of the game. This one's kind of interesting. I think I think okay, Exodus. We have Exodus here, y'all. We have Exodus. I think Exodus is one of the best levels in the entire game compared to Science School. Because this level is actually very interesting. This combines lots of different gameplay elements to it. Because when the first section, you're in Citadel again, and you're trying to get to the portal. There's like a parkour section in it, which is nice because at least it's not trying to be jump box. But I do like that there's like more mobs you can kill in the way, and there's also the Debugger 2026 sniper that you can pick up. And section 2, the castle section. I do like how it's red and everything. The mobs are just the knights and those guys with the magic wands. I don't know where the hell they came from, but they have nothing to do with the previous campaign levels. Or maybe Pixelman was dreaming of those men. Because keep in mind that the gameplay of this level is you're in Pixelman's mind fighting. Like, he's in a coma and he's trying to dream about killing this bug. Because, you know, like I said, he's in the bug. He's the bug. He has to stop himself. So I do like that this level has lots of stages. But I don't like that the boss in the castle stage is just the guy from Kingdom of Eldermore and not the wizard. Because did they really kill off the wizard from World 3? Did they really have to do that? I just think that's sad. That's sad. And then the third stage. The third stage is Parallel World. I do like how they just remade Parallel World from the ground up. Because, you know, the shading, the lighting, the way it's built, it's a lot larger than the actual World 2 form. It is so different. I like how you kill mobs to collect fire and then you put them into this symbol thing, this mark, and then it just destroys the dragon. I just wish the dragon was something you could defeat. I wish you could just defeat the dragon. Stage 4, though? I think Stage 4 makes Science School really nice. I like what they did with Stage 4 of the Science School part. It's just Slenderman, boss, some backroom stuff. The song is interesting, too. I hate how the songs are AI generated in World 5. Like, some of these are catchy. Some of the songs in World 5 are catchy, but I hate how they're AI generated. I want somebody to recreate the campaign World 5 songs instead of AI, bro. But yeah, I like the school stage of the Exodus level. It's really nice. The boss too, the horror and everything. Yeah. And then we get to the final stage, which is, the bug. The bug. We go back to the farm. The farm is a bit corrupt, full of glitchiness and everything, and you have to defeat the bug. I just wish they brought back the boss theme. Like the original boss theme instead of like... I mean, the boss theme was only played in Eddie Mesmer's level. But, like, I do like the farm song for the Exodus level. I just don't like how all the mobs in this level are just reskins of existing ones. The boss was interesting for Road 5. The bug, it's just the same, bro. It's nothing. I expected something else for the boss fight. But, like, when you're killing the boss, like, more mobs appear, and you get blinded by these numbers and this weird sound that... Oh yeah, another thing, that the locations of the coins and gems are also in World 5. I forgot to tell you guys that, but yeah, it's easy to find them. I do like how, like, upon defeating the boss, it just releases this beacon that turns to like a little vortex thing, and then, yeah, that's just how it ends. And then the story ends here. And now we have to wait for Pixelgun 2 to come out. I'm gonna be honest, it should just be called Voxelgun. Because let me show you what Voxel. This is what Voxel even is. Voxels are... Hey, like, this is Voxel, by the way. I feel like Pixelgun 2's art style should have just been Voxel's. I like the arts. I don't mind the art style for Pixelgun 2. Like, I'm neutral about Pixelgun 2 because, expecting anything new from Cubic Games this decade is really not. There's really no trust in these people in this current decade. But yeah, this is my final ranking of the entire campaign. All the campaign levels have been ranked. But yeah, that's everything, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will probably be gone for another 5, 6, 7... 6, 7 days. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.